Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about how to get gold in Red Dead Redemption Online. Um, there are quite a few ways to get gold. This is especially useful for anybody who is new to the game, which, believe it or not, there is over 500,000 people that have started playing since the holidays in 2019. So, yeah, it's still gaining traction. Rockstar is. Little side note, I personally believe they've made leaps and bounds to at least try to make the game better. It still has its faults, but we're not going to get into that today. That's another discussion for another time. Um, Especially anybody who is new and they're trying to think of how to get gold for a role, because I know a lot of videos and a lot of message boards are going to say bounty hunter would be one to get gold, but you need gold to get the bounty hunter, obviously. And if you're like me and you don't want to use the credit card, you want to get it free, then that's what this video is for. And there is a plethora of ways to do that. We will be covering the most basic ways first, the more commonly known ones, and then we'll get into um, maybe the less known ways and avenues of approaches for that. So the very first thing is daily challenges. You've got two different sets of it. You have your general daily challenges and you have your role specific daily challenges. Now, I currently have a streak going on. I am at day 43. So for every daily challenge that I do, I'll get half a gold bar. When you start out, I believe it's zero point 0.2 gold bars once you start out. And then after 7 days, yes, after 7 days, you get a 1.5 multiplier. After 14, you get a 2 times multiplier. And then after 21 days, you get that half gold bar. Um, and on the general tab of the daily challenges, there's always going to be one that takes less than 5 minutes. The all under at least one that takes less than 5 minutes. So all under Sage picked. You know that you can Google where all under Sage is and be there in just a few minutes. Vanilla flowers picked. I'll show you that right now. They are all over the bayou. Uh, Literally, if you just come down here where the swamps are and just hit your eagle vision and check along trees, they grow on trees, the sides of them. It'll glow. And their vanilla flower is also very useful in crafting some good moonshine. So that's kind of a twofer right there. And then, crafting the tonic. You can go get some Indian tobacco, which can be found literally anywhere through here. I mean, there are other places, but this is the more concentrated area that I go to, or even down here where Lymphony is along anywhere through here. You can find Indian tobacco. You just need one to make a simple Deadeye tonic. That's what I'm referring to. There's always at least one that takes no time at all to do. And if you wanted to just hop on and do one of those easy ones a day until you got to the 21-day mark, that would be fine. A lot of people do that. I did that to get my streak. Just a lot of grinding for zero point 0.2 gold bars, but as long as you do one every day, you will get that multiplier every 7 days. Um, the next up would be obviously the bounty missions. There is some confusion on the mechanics of the bounty missions. Some of the older players, such as myself, that have been playing since beta, we were used to running the clock down to 30 seconds. That, however, is no longer uh, valid. It's no longer required. Uh, the new mechanics for the bounty hunter is you want to be in the mission for at least 12 minutes. Now, there is some confusion around that as well because your timer will not start on a bounty mission until you get in the vicinity of the bounty target. And it's not always 12 minutes. The time starts as soon as you start the bounty mission. So if you had like a phone or a stopwatch on your computer, if you're playing on PC, you could start a timer as soon as you start a bounty mission, and you want to stay in there for at least 12 minutes to min max your rewards. And why is the bounty board not working? Awesome, Rockstar. Anyway, and it doesn't matter if you do uh the easiest bounties. I'm gonna show you. Do the easiest bounties or the $2 signs or the third tier bounties, or if you do the legendary bounties. If you're doing it strictly for gold, you would need, let's say, the 12 minutes. If you do this and you do it right and you wait the 12 minutes, you can make roughly 1.6 gold bars every hour with the bounty hunter if all you did was just the 1 and 2 tier bounties, or even the 3 tiers if you just wanted a little bit of a challenge. Next up would be, the next method would be treasure maps. You do get um, a treasure map every 5 levels that you rank up. Let me see here. I have some. I don't know how many I have. Okay, see, so I've got quite a lot I haven't even used. I'm sure I have some in the post office in my box as well at the camp. These are really good. You can, they pay out monetary value as well as gold bars, and that varies for each one. I've heard rumors that the higher you are on your streak, the higher the payout for each map. I personally haven't experienced that, but not saying that's not the case. It's just I don't have any solid information on what the payout for the maps are. I do know with the Outlaw Pass, they usually have one special map included in the Outlaw Pass. The last one was 2 gold bars. Didn't matter your rank, didn't matter your streak. If you had the Outlaw Pass and you unlocked that map and you finished it, it was 2 gold bars. Um, so yeah, that's the exception to that. The Outlaw Pass maps will always pay more than the regular ones. Um, but with that being said, though, their treasure maps are very easy to get. There's actually a link I will drop in the comment section. I might tag it to the video so it doesn't get lost. It will show you every possible location where the chest may be hidden for each and every map. So I'll drop that. Super easy, super quick. And also, if you're not looting bodies, you need to be doing that. Back in beta days, players like myself, we kind of gave up on looting because it was just pointless. But since then, Rockstar has, I guess you want to say, buffed it. They have. Um, you can get collectible items. I find alcohol bottles and I find the collectible earrings daily just from looting bodies. I don't get the whole set, but I do find quite a bit just looting bodies from treasure missions or ambushes or whatever it may be. Even gang hideouts, I have found maps. I have found 3 or 4 maps strictly from gang hideouts, just looting the bodies after you clear the hideout. And why can I not do a bounty, Rockstar? Come on, what are you doing? Okay, so I was going to try to demonstrate the bounty hunter, but it does not look like it's going to work. So we will be moving on to something else. But yeah, go ahead and loot bodies. It'd be well worth your time. The next way to get gold, especially if you are brand new and you're trying to get some gold built up so you can get that role, you can get the bounty hunter or the collector or whatever it may be, is stranger missions. And there are 4 stranger missions in particular that I want to talk about. That is because a good while back, Rockstar added 4 new stranger missions, and when they did that, they buffed those 4. For some reason, they didn't buff the others. Now, every stranger mission will grant gold, and it will grant a monetary payout. These 4, however, the 4 new ones, give more than the others, and I do not know why. Those are down here, below the Braithwaite Manor is Black Bell, and then above Black Bell we will have Thomas and LeGras right there. And then we will have Tammy and her brother. If you know, you know. Tammy and her brother. Right here at Aberdeen Pig Farm. It's Lemoyne, but I believe it's Scarlet Meadows. And then we have Bay herself, Sadie Adler. Now, Sadie comes out at night, and then her husband Jake comes out during the day. The payout is the same for either one. So what I would recommend is starting down here at Black Bell and then do, whatever her mission is. Come up here to LeGras, do Thomas, and then go to Tammy. I'm sorry, Tammy right here. And then you can either fast travel or make the drive up here. You can fast travel to Coulter or just make the ride up here and do one and then fast travel back to Rhodes. And if you do that right, by the time you do the other 3 after doing Black Belt and you fast travel back to Rhodes, the cooldown time should subside, and you should be able to start black belt again. And if you do it right, you'll make roughly 1.5 gold every hour. It's going to be slightly less than that because of travel time, but just a basic basic figure will be roughly 1.5 gold every hour. And you do want at least 15 minutes in the stranger missions. Um, the reason I say that because they do have very diminishing returns after 15 minutes. And so if you're in there for like 20 or 30, you will obviously get paid more, but not as much more. So, as close to 15 minutes as possible. The bounty hunts, the diminishing return is at 12 minutes, and there have been a lot of people spending a lot of time and a lot of hours figuring these algorithms out to min-max the rewards for the stranger missions and the bounty hunters. I'm trying to think of anything else I may have forgotten about. No. So yeah, just to recap, stranger missions are going to be your bread and butter, especially starting out new to the game. Um, the next one would be the daily challenges, in my personal opinion, especially after you get that streak built up and you are making half a gold bar every day. I had about 20 gold bars a day and a half ago. I'm at 36 now, and I still haven't done any today. So I'm going to crank some of those out today. Um, I'll probably be close to 45 to 50 gold bars by the time I get done with this. Get done playing today. After you get that streak built up, the daily missions are going to be your bread and butter. If you are wanting just a change of scenery and you want to break up the monotony of the stranger missions, you can do other stranger missions and they will pay out gold. The diminishing return and the time frame of 15 minutes is still the same, however. So you want to stay in those as long as possible. And then, of course, bounty hunts. Bounty hunts to me that's the most, I guess, attention grabbing of all the methods because I'm actually doing something. I'm ranking up my bounty hunter. I'm getting XP for that. I'm unlocking rewards through the bounty roll, but to each their own. Some people like the slower pace of the stranger missions, which is fine. Um, but as far as that goes, that's all I got for you all today. If there's anything else you'd like to see or want me to cover, go ahead, drop that in the comments below, and we will see you all in the next one.